Let's talk a little bit about the news that just dropped. MLS is signing on with Apple TV Plus. First impressions.
I mean, first impressions is it's wild money compared to what I thought they would get. I mean, I think they're saying it'd probably be worth $250 million a year or something like that. Now, Apple TV is getting every single MLS game, period, even the ones that will be broadcast by ESPN, Fox, whoever ends up with whatever small little chunk of trash linear rights that they put out there. But
because
it's a lot of money.
First thing to note is this is a digital streaming only deal. There is no linear TV for Apple TV.
But it is all encompassing. It's like every single one of their games, basically. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. I mean, I think it's good. I have like some concerns, I think, in reading the release. MLS is said to be kind of like centralizing the production of this stuff, which other leagues already do. But I don't know what that means.
I know Bundesliga does that.
Yeah. I don't know what that means for like some of, MLS has some decent local talent that calls games. Obviously, there are markets like here in DC where somebody like Dave Johnson is kind of an institution. I don't know what it means for that crop of guys. Somebody told me just before the meeting here that I think MLS is going to have like 6 or 8 or 10 broadcast teams that call all the games. So I think a lot of people will probably be out of work. So those things concern me. But I mean, on the surface, man, it's like, if it's relatively inexpensive, it's sort of a slam dunk. If you're an MLS fan,
Yeah, I didn't even think about the local packages. I mean, look, hopefully there's an opportunity for some of the local teams to at least maybe show some of those matches, maybe like those national blackout, sort of deals. Isn't that kind of still how that works?
Blackouts apparently on this deal, man. I mean, it's literally every MLS game.
Okay, well, look, there is a positive there in the sense that it's so frustrating that I can't watch NYCFC matches when I'm away from New York because my stream still counts as in the black. It's so
it's a huge positive. I think the deal is by and large. I mean, if you're an MLS consumer and your life is largely digital, like any of ours are, this one caught me off guard. I think it's good. I think they got way more money than I thought they would, and I think it's like a product that a lot of people already use. I mean, you're going to have to pay. It's not part of Apple TV, so I mean, you have to pay whatever it is, $60, $70, $80, whatever the thing ends up being for the whole season. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm encouraged. I just
hold on. I didn't read this. This is not a part of Apple TV. This is a premium on top of that?
Yeah. Yep. As far as I know. Yeah, for sure.
How is that? There might be a few matches that will be made available, right, to the public. For free, right? Each week, you would assume.
I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, look, man. I pay for an ESPN subscription, right? I have the cable channel. I still have to pay ESPN Plus to get, the streaming component of that. I mean, but
ESPN Plus is an all-encompassing sports.
I mean, look, I think the league and Apple are looking at this as like a standalone kind of like revenue generator. But I think if say they're paying $250 million a year for this, they're going to have to sell a lot of subscriptions at 50, 60, 70, whatever it ends up being. I mean, it's millions and millions of subscriptions, I mean, I don't know that market's really there even. My suspicion, Alexis, is that like Apple's made of money. It's just like another product they can kind of add to their arsenal, probably does them, well, publicity wise. And, it's sort of part of their broader package. And maybe it's like a loss leader kind of thing for them. Because for that money, I just don't know that they're going to make. Also, maybe they're counting on Messi coming though. You know what I mean? Something like that.
I feel like the Messi thing is probably what is inspiring a lot of this. You would assume. But okay, so I'm hearing that season ticket holders will get a lower price. DJ saying it's only $4. Okay, so free if you have season tickets, which is great because I have season tickets. It's only $4, which is great. But I mean, I think people aren't considering the leap it takes for, the average fan. Usually you'd want a casual fan to find the game and then maybe, kind of like what they see and then become a bigger fan. It's a big leap for someone who doesn't know the product to all of a sudden pay $4. But I am seeing a lot of people in the chat are saying some of the games will be made available. Crimson Pizza says some matches included to Apple TV Plus and all matches included with additional subscription.
Okay. So Apple Plus subscribers will get a X number of games, just not all
like game of the week or something, or like whatever the big highlight. This isn't too dissimilar to ESPN, right?
That's what I'm saying, man. It's like I'm not discouraged by this. I mean, like it's it's not a ton of money, and it's like a good product. I mean, I'm pretty happy with like everything I own that Apple makes. So it's like. I think it'll do well. We'll see though. Who knows?
The only thing I don't like that Apple makes is the Apple Watch. Like, you don't have to tell me that my blood pressure's up, bro. I know it. That's why I'm eating these Doritos.
I don't have one of those, man. Exactly. I'm not trying to have like an obesity monitor on my thing.
But it's the last thing you and I need is something It's like there's a reason I don't walk around with a mirror in front of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, whoever called us a dangerous duo is talking about heart disease, I think.
Or our inability to fit in any theme park ride.
Yeah, exactly.
$250 million a year. And I think Morgan Tenza said, meanwhile, NWSL only gets $1 million. But we went up from, I believe the last deal was $90 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
This is over 2.5x what the previous deal was.
It's wild, man, and the games haven't gotten any better, so I have no idea what they're doing. It's like,
also, for what? There are 2.5 times more people watching.
More teams, more games. You know what I mean? Like the size of the product has grown, obviously. Like, and again, I mean, I suspect a lot of this is probably like, I think some of it at least is Messi related. I swear to God, you know what I mean? Like, because that's going to be the biggest thing that's ever happened in the league. Period. I'm sorry. And I'm sure it was, yeah, exactly. So it's like, I'm sure that was a selling point of this too, so I don't know. Tommy Mac alone can't sell subscriptions, unfortunately. So,
he's close enough, but if only there was like 7 Tommy Macs, then I think you'd be good. Is this something that would be good for the Canadian Premier League though? Says Aaron Hooper. I've enjoyed the Canadian Premier League matches that I've watched. I'm wondering, looking down the line, because a 10-year deal is pretty aggressive. That also covers they're also going to get the supposed World Cup bump after the World Cup is in Canada, US, and Mexico. I mean, this is a big. I wonder these deals in your time covering the sport. Is this something where they just put out an RFP, or is this something where MLS might have approached Apple and had to sell its product, or is it the reverse?
I mean, we'll see. I'm sure that story will emerge in the next day or two. I know at The Athletic, we have a couple people working on it right now, but no, I mean, MLS has actively shopped its rights for the past year or two. They talked to everybody from Amazon, all the national broadcasters. I know factually that they talked to ESPN, that ESPN made them an offer that was actually less than what they paid last go around for the streaming package and of whatever X number of linear games a year. So that didn't get anywhere. So I don't know. I mean, obviously MLS has been aggressive about this. It's like one of their, along with expansion fees, it's their primary source of income, league wide, is the media rights deal is, so no, I mean, I would be very surprised if Apple approached MLS, Doesn't mean that it wasn't good business. I mean, I think normally but I don't think MLS is on anybody's prom date list in that way. You know what I mean? They're not getting courted, whatever.
Yeah. They weren't being chased. There was the other way around. And I like when Nicole Hack said, she says, the bummer is not being able to walk into a bar and having them turn on the game without them having Apple TV Plus. So great. Also,
it's hard enough to get them to turn on a game on television at this point.
Tell me about it. They always put
the ultimate, it's the most embarrassing thing you could possibly do as a human being is walk into a bar and be like, hey, turn this Houston Dynamo game on. Whatever it is.
I really need to see the Houston Dynamo versus the Vancouver Whitecaps. Is there a possibility? Exactly. You can turn that on here in New York. I do think also, can we get to the point, as for anyone who owns a bar and is listening, can we just get to the point where I could cast it from my phone? Yeah. How have we not gotten to that point yet? As opposed to your bartender who's ill-equipped to find the channel, just constantly scrolling through the guide.
Yeah, I mean, this coming from a man who tried to start a stream for 30 minutes. I'm not sure I'd really trust you.
If I could cast this from my phone. By the way, for everyone listening to this as a podcast doesn't know that, okay? So maybe don't help me. You know what I mean? Look, you can see me, you can hear me, I can see you and hear you. They can hear both of us. The fact that it only took 23 minutes is, might I add, impressive if you're grading me on a curve.
Right, no, it's all good.
If Cafe Olympico in Montreal was showing DAZN and One Soccer with Canadian Premier League on screens when I walk in, I'm also sure places can get this. Yeah, Canada different though. Try to convince someone in Kansas City to put on. Well, maybe do they actually support their team? Yeah, Houston is probably a big one. Try to convince someone in Houston to put it on. You might have trouble.
Bro, here's something I missed. I don't think it's in a release, but Doug Roberson from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution just tweeted, starting in 2023, every MLS midweek game will be played on Wednesday, and every weekend game will be on Saturday night, and there will be a whip-around show. And I'm not going to front, the whip-around show really speaks to me. Like, if you saw what Futbol Americas did with the Open Cup, I mean, something like that is just like kind of the ideal way to consume this content.
It's like a red zone for everyone else.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know what the MLS one will be called or whatever, but I like that idea, and I like the standardization of the scheduling for sure, because I genuinely just never know when anybody's playing at this point. So.
Did they say Saturday night or just Saturday? Saturday
night.
Ugh.
Yeah.
As a comic, that hurts.
Every week. Yeah, right, man. Well,
you mean the biggest pay night? Great. Thanks. Thanks.
Well, it should be a pretty easy choice for you then, man. I mean,
Oh, God.
Been doing a lot of late sets at this point. Sure.
Yeah. I'll be there at midnight. Hello?
Yeah.
Hello? Yeah. Maybe it can't be. There's got to be some noon starts.
Maybe they just realize that any of us who watch MLS have no social life.
That's got to be
just,
it.
You know what I mean? They're like, look, let's fully acknowledge that all these people are losers. And you will spend your weekend nights with us anyways.
Yeah.
Don't act like you have something to do. We own you.
If you live underground, you get it for $2 a month, which is kind of cool.
Right. There's specials, I know things are tight. You're living with your mom in the basement.
Yeah.
Special basement discount, $1.50.
I heard that if you show a receipt of you buying a bed frame, they'll give you it for free just because they're proud of you.
It's like proud personal growth. Like Don Garber will send you a cameo style thing that says, "This is great growth. I know a thing or two about growing the league. This is great personal growth for you. Congratulations on your bed frame, Pablo, and have a nice day."
Pablo would be amazing.